The native Alaskan Inupiat people who settled here thousands of years ago hunted the bowhead whales in the Arctic waters, and the harvest was shared with the entire community. Now, just like then, the whale is at the center of life and culture. The city seal of Barrow, now known as Inupiaq, proudly sports the magnificent animal. Its landscape includes palm trees made of baleen. One of the first things the children learn is how to help with whaling.
So that's why we take our kids out at a young age, It's something you don't learn overnight. You just learn over the years. So, I feel very confident that, Lord willing, we'll go on for another 1,000 years.
In Barrow, whales mean not just food. In a town with few attractions, they are at the center of the Inupiaq festival, celebrating a successful whaling season. It begins with a solemn prayer. Then people enjoy traditional treats, from geese soup to whale meat and fat.
Getting our Eskimo food that we survive on, and hot soup on a cold day.
Nagalak soup or the geese soup or the eider duck soup, I could say. I love eating that. Especially the Inupiaq, the fermented whale. I can't wait till they serve that.
Muktuk.
Yeah.
It's always muktuk.
The homebrew he's talking about, it can be served at 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
Fermented walrus, fermented whale.
Then comes the blanket toss. Hunters and others jump and do somersaults on a tightly pulled sealskin as they toss candy to kids. After 10 p.m., locals do traditional Eskimo dances and show their moves atop the same sealskin. Kids, elderly, and even whaling captains eventually join in under the midnight sun on this polar day. With all the fun, however, it's easy to forget how much hard work goes into preparing for the whaling season.
All year round, we're preparing for the whale hunt, and it's about feeding people, about feeding the community and making sure nobody goes hungry, and encouraging every able-bodied person to participate in the hunt, to keep your culture alive, keep your traditions alive.
That tradition is grueling and risky.
It's really dangerous. You're in a 20-foot boat paddling up to a whale that's 30 to 60 feet big. So yeah, there's a lot of little things that could go wrong, and it's just dangerous all the way around. Sleeping out on the sea ice, there's a possibility of floating out, with the ice. The current changes, the wind changes, you get a crack, it could happen so fast.
The U.S. government banned whale hunting for a time in the 1970s, saying their numbers had dwindled too much.
And so when the whaling was stopped, it affected family life. There was animosity. There was a lot of anxiety. The fate of our right to continue to hunt the bowhead whale was at stake.
Eventually, the government allowed some indigenous groups to resume the hunt, but with a strict quota, one the Inupiat say they respect to this day. So the ancient connection between the Inupiat and whales remains, as does the Barrow whale bone arch, a symbol of the sacred bond locals have with the ocean. For Natasha Mozgovaya in Barrow, Alaska, I'm Anna Rice, VOA News.